All right, let's leave the bright, noisy surface behind for just a minute. Welcome. Today, we're diving into this explainer, unpacking a fascinating piece of text simply titled Echoes of the Underground Terminal. It details this incredibly massive secret hidden right in plain sight, a completely forgotten train station buried beneath a modern city. I am so excited to guide you through this material because, honestly, it completely shifts how you view the spaces you interact with every single day. We walk, we drive, we rush through our routines, and we rarely pause to think about the layers of history stacked right beneath the pavement. So today, we're going to peel back that pavement and really examine what it means for a huge piece of urban infrastructure to literally vanish from our collective memory. To start our descent, I want you to ask yourself, what exactly is sitting silently just inches below the feet of everyday commuters? It's kind of a simple question, but it's pretty profound when you think about it. Imagine you're standing on a busy street corner, waiting for the light to change. You're surrounded by towering skyscrapers and that deafening hum of modern life, but what is actually supporting you? You know, we tend to think of cities as building exclusively upwards, always reaching for the sky. But cities also build over themselves. They bury their past in the name of progress. And as our source material reveals, what lies beneath isn't always just dirt or piping or concrete foundations. Sometimes there are entire echoing halls of forgotten history down there. Section 1. Beneath the modern metropolis. Let's get grounded in the incredible spatial mystery we are exploring today. Think about the stark sensory contrast here. Up top, the modern city is bustling. It's highly active and definitively paved over. It represents the now. It's loud, it's fast, it's constantly looking forward. But below, the underground terminal is totally silent. It's forgotten, and it is entirely buried. The noise of the surface literally masks the profound silence of the terminal. It's actually that constant, relentless activity of the modern city that allows the train station to remain completely forgotten. The crux of the source material is honestly staggering. An entire grand train station sitting completely buried beneath the modern metropolis. We are not talking about a lost trinket or a misplaced artifact or some tiny basement. This is a grand train station, a place designed to hold thousands of people, featuring massive architectural archways, platforms, tracks, the whole shebang. The sheer scale of what has been swallowed up by the modern metropolis is just wild. It really forces us to ask, how does a thriving city lose something so monumental? Section 2. Echoes in the dark. Let's transition further into the dark and see what exactly remains of this underground world. I absolutely love how the author titles this Echoes of the Underground Terminal. It serves as a literal whisper cutting right through the noise of the modern era above. Think about the word echoes. An echo isn't the original sound, right? It's a reflection. It's secondary. It's this haunting reminder of an impact that has already happened. In the context of this buried station, these echoes are the lingering architectural remnants. They're the random drafts of cool air that sometimes escape from subway gratings, or maybe that faint, distant rumble in the dark that doesn't quite match up with the modern transit system. And this brilliantly illustrates how even the most monumental structures fade over time. Only mere echoes remain of what was once a grand and functional train station. That's the ultimate fate of the terminal. It went from a space defined by immense utility and purpose to a space defined purely by absence and memory. It's a pretty powerful reminder for all of us about the impermanence of even our most solid creations. Whatever we build today, no matter how vital it seems to our daily routines, might eventually become nothing more than an echo beneath the feet of future generations. Section 3. The terminal's lost golden age. Let's structurally analyze its timeline, from a pinnacle of engineering down to a sealed crypt. Following the terminal's arc is like watching a 4-act play. We start at Era 1, construction. This massive undertaking of carving out the earth to build the terminal. Then we move into Era 2, the operational peak. This was the golden age. The station was fully functional, totally alive with the sounds of trains and passengers. But then, as cities evolve and their needs change, we hit Era 3, eventual closure. The doors get locked, the trains are rerouted, and finally we arrive at Era 4, the current forgotten state. This inevitable progression really tracks the lifespan of urban spaces. It's this continuous cycle of creation, utilization, obsolescence, and ultimately erasure. To truly wrap our heads around this space, we have to define what it actually means for something this massive to be erased. To be forgotten in this context means being completely lost from the collective memory of the modern city dwellers directly above it. The absolute key phrase there is collective memory. I mean, it's one thing for an individual to forget where they put their car keys. It is an entirely different phenomenon for a society of millions to collectively forget the existence of a massive architectural structure located right beneath their daily commute. It highlights this fascinating blind spot in our fast-paced mindset. Basically, if we don't see it on the surface, it just ceases to exist in our minds. Section 4. How we forgot it. So, how exactly does a thriving modern city just lose an entire train station? The mechanism of forgetting actually happens in very methodical steps. Step 1, operations cease. The lifeblood of the station, the trains, the people, it just stops flowing. Step 2, access points are sealed off. This is the physical severing of the station from the surface world. The stairwells get blocked, the gates get locked. And then finally, step 3, modern city development paves completely over the site. This is the final nail in the coffin. A new building goes up, a new plaza is poured, and all visual evidence of the station is masked. Forgetting isn't an accident. It is a direct byproduct of relentless urban development. Let's pull all these key takeaways from the source material together before we head back up to the surface. This space was once a highly functional train station. Now it's completely underground, deliberately buried by modern city development. Because of that, its grandeur has been reduced to mere echoes, completely forgotten by the everyday commuters who walk right over it. These points capture the whole life cycle of our urban spaces. Progress, it turns out, often comes at the cost of profound historical burial. I really want to leave you with this final provocative thought as you walk the streets tomorrow. What else might be forgotten right beneath your own feet? The next time you're commuting or just standing on the pavement, take a second to pause. Look down. Realize that the surface of your city is just the thinnest layer of a very deep historical canvas. We've explored the echoes of one underground terminal today, but the truth is, our modern metropolises are built upon countless forgotten layers. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning the world around you and never forget to look beneath the surface.